Hi guys, so I wanted to just come and speak while I'm here. So we are at the Sisters Keepers event, and I did allude to this in one of my previous videos, and this is my outfit, you guys. Lalela, my tailor did the things here. So it's a skirt with a shirt, and then I have my scarf on because my hair is quite bad now. But the event has been absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful to be invited amongst such powerhouses. We just had a session with Katleho. If anyone who watches YouTube a lot, you would know her. She's the OG. And then also had a talk with, there was a talk by DJ Zintle. It was most of a panel discussion. Absolutely enjoyed it. So much nuggets. Anyway, I don't know when I'm speaking. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to capture some moments that I can share with you. I will try my best, but because I have everything that I want to say is on my phone here. I do have it on my notebook, but I feel like no one is reading from the notebook, like no one is looking down and like reading on notes. But I feel like if I don't, I'm gonna go on a tangent. I hope you guys can hear me. But anyway, it is the vlog. I'm going to start it here and then I will bring the other content just to add. But I wanted to just come first and introduce. It's gonna be a short vlog, but I felt like it is good for me to capture this moment. This place is beautiful. We're in Marshalltown in Joburg, and I'm also with my daughter. So I'm gonna just do a vlog around just to show you what it looks like. But it is absolutely amazing. And ngemuhle guys. I feel so good. Like this outfit is killer. Absolutely killer. Like, you know what? I'm so glad I found my tailor. Because he does the thing every time. Now, whenever I go to an event, I just go to him. He pulls up a nice dress for me. And this fabric is absolutely amazing. This is what it looks like. Okay, so let's continue. I'm gonna go back to the venue and yeah, I'm gonna continue with the day.
With yourself first. So, I want to start us off with a nice little exercise. It's nothing. I'm not going to ask you to write anything, or stand up and dance, or anything like that. I will, however, ask you to channel into yourself a little bit by standing up for me, please. Combat the first two, and to help you regulate and stabilize your mental health so that your emotional wellness and well-being progresses and becomes better.
Before we get into the conversation that we're all looking forward to, who is Uzi?
Well, it's very two difficult questions. After the last speaker, I'm very scared.
I really love that you mentioned that there's no such a thing as perfection, which goes into my next question. You know, we live in a social media era, and there's a lot of criticism. Women, you know, we can all speak and say that there's so much criticism. How the ones that are mothers, parents, how those that are in relationships relate, how we are as friends, how we are as family members. How do you deal with that criticism, or what do you think is one of the pointers that is important to hold up as a woman in dealing with such criticism?
I don't know who I was reading about recently. Oh, I met Sukuluva, which was actually amazing. And one of the questions he asked me was, how do you deal with criticism? Like, does it still hurt when people say negative things? And I said, of course it hurts. What do you mean? When people say bad things about you, it hurts. It's how we deal with it. We need to stop acting like I haven't done it. Like, I care. Why would you just wake up and want to say something negative about me? It's how I deal with what you said. And I said to him, for me, it's about whether the thing is true or not. You know, the things that hurt me is when I know you're right. When you just like, I can't cook, she's you know what I mean? Like, things that have a level of truth in them. Those things hurt me because then maybe I'm avoiding reflecting on those things and learning from those things. But we live in a society where people can say a lot of things, and I think this is the time when we need to invest in knowing ourselves, so that when other people give us information about who we are ready to say, no, actually, that's not who I am. That's not what I stand for. That you can't define me like that. But if you don't know who you are, they're gonna find you in that position of being vulnerable, and they're gonna feed you with information of who you are or supposed to be, and then you're gonna crumble. So my best defense mechanism is just being okay, even with the things that are not okay in my life. So even when you say them, I'm just like, girl, I know. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not perfect. So maybe knowing yourself for me would be the best defense, and just like dealing with the truth in your life so that other people don't like use that as a weapon against you. So for me, that is the thing. Guys, I live a very simple life. I don't try and do too much. So, and I know my truth. When someone says you have this and it's true, you're right, but I'm working on it. If you say something about me, like that's on you.
No, that's on you.
You know what I mean? So it's important to know your truth and be unshaken in your truth. Then you can stand firm whenever someone, it doesn't have to be social media, it can be at work or wherever, says something about you, you know your truth. And when things hurt, guys, it's okay. You deal with those emotions and you move on. It is what it is.
Now,
I realize the importance of hiring people who have a purpose for themselves. Don't hire people who have no purpose for themselves. Don't hire someone who does not have a vision for themselves. I want people who work at ERA to say, what can I do at ERA that's going to advance me in my personal mission? If you're just coming there for a salary, my darling, you're not going to do anything amazing. So that's something that I learned. You need to hire people that have a vision for themselves, who are trying to use you to grow, because they'll do their best, the best that they can, because they're in a position of growing by being with you. But if you're just going to hire people to fill positions, it's difficult. It becomes a bit difficult to use it wisely in that sense. But there's so many things that I've learned in business that the things that I'm still failing at right now, that I'm still trying to figure out. It's a never-ending journey, babe. Like Moose has a new song called Go Getter. And every time I'm struggling, she's like, yeah, Pella, when you're a go-getter, like, do it. Do it on my own because you're a go-getter. But business is about failing. It is about finding the solution. Like, that's where you're going to find solutions that make your business different. Doing the same thing over and over again is what makes you genius, because the more you do it, the more you refine it, the more you do better. You know what I mean? So there's so many mistakes that I've made, and I don't know. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm thinking I'm very tall. Yeah, everyone will see me because I want my notes, guys. If I don't have my notes, I'm gonna go on a tangent. First, I'd like to introduce myself because maybe some of you may not know who I am. As she has said, I am Jennifer Numalo. I'm a content creator. I hold a full-time job. I also run my business. I focus mostly on financial content as well as lifestyle and anything, career as well. So how do I even find myself here today? Because you might be wondering, what is she going to teach us about? Okay, so I am not a financial advisor. I don't know if there's an echo, it's just me. Is the sound fine? Okay. So I not a financial advisor. I always put that out because I don't want people to misconstrue what I say as financial advice, because I'm no financial advisor. I do not have the credentials to be a financial advisor. However, I am a woman that decided that her finances needed to change. I am a woman that decided that the life of struggle was not hers, and that burden, whoever decided to put that burden on over my shoulders, I needed to unload that, and I decided to change my life. And ever since I decided to do that, I then shared my journey on my social media platforms, and it has related to so many people because it's a relatable story. I do not come from much. As a family, we made it out of poverty. That is why I find myself here. How she found me is she found me on social media, where most people found me, where I was sharing my story. So I'll just give you a background on where I come from, and then we're gonna then look at what can you do in order for you to fix your finances. But before we get into my story, I want to make sure that the woman that I'm talking to today, I want to make sure that the things that I'm going to be talking about today apply to you. So firstly, how many of you guys budget each and every month? Okay. A budget. I budget, but you know, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That means that we do have something that whatever that I'm going to be speaking about is hopefully going to assist you in your financial journey, your personal financial journey. I grew up in a fairly small town in KZN, and when my father was alive, and this is one thing that I always look back and I'm like, you have went through so much, and from that you've grown so much. When my father was alive, he didn't struggle. He was a man that just knew how to make things happen. He was just that kind of a man. And when he passed away, we instantly started living in poverty. I would go to school barefoot, go to school hungry, and come back still hungry, not know where the next meal was gonna come from. I remember my friends would have sanitary pads, and I would be wearing a fabric for my entire time when I was in high school. Only changed when I started working in grade 11. So I know what a life of struggle is like. And then, because I know what a life of struggle is like, it forced me to grow up early and to mature early, because that burden, I saw what we're going through, and I wanted to change that lifestyle for my family. And I worked very hard to do that. But then in me working hard to do that, because I didn't know much about finances, I found myself getting into things that I was not ready for. But then for me, it was a matter of whatever happens, I need to fix the status of my home. So you see now, already as women, we are carrying a lot on our shoulders. For many of us, we've had to grow up young and carry a lot of our burden for our families, pull our families from a life of struggle. So I then got myself into debt, got a personal loan, credit cards, you can name it. I had store accounts. And when I looked at my salary then and what I was paying for, the debt, it was a lot, you guys, and I was really making it. And I decided that things needed to change, and I started exposing myself to education and that is the reason why I'm standing here. The likes of what we call it machine. So I'm here because I also want to share something with you, with hopes that it does inspire you, does spark something in your brain, so that when you get home, you start thinking differently, you start being hopeful, knowing that things can be different for you. The talk that I want to give today is the importance of being in control. I normally say we don't have control over money, because money is its own entity, it has its own energy. You can't control something that is its own energy, you can't control another human being. However, what you can do is you can align yourself. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you are in the right position to be able to attract the right money in your life. So what I want us to look at is how can you take control over your personal finances so that you can live the life that you desire. Because we all have, in our minds, we all have the life that we desire. When we're sleeping at night, we do have dreams that we have in terms of the dreams that we want, in terms of the life that you want to live. You want to go on a holiday, you want to maybe travel the world, you want to take your child to a certain school. There's a life that you know that you want to live, right? But then you need the finances. So what I want us to look at here is how can you gain control over your finances
such that it allows you to live the life that you want. So the first thing that I just want you to just think about is, when you think about money, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? One word. When you think about money, freedom. Okay? Who else? Spending. Okay? Well, this side? Not enough? Freedom. Okay? Traveling, exactly. The reason why I'm asking you this is because I want you to think beyond money. Can I just take off my shoes? Thank you. Not that I'm painful, that I want to be comfortable. Nothing would do. Okay, so what I'm saying is, when you think about money, I want you to think beyond the numbers. It's not about the 6 digits that are in your bank account. I want you to think about the feeling. I want you to think about the to do in order for it to be enough. Right? What is it that you are doing that is putting you in a position that makes you feel like it's not enough? If you feel that money is freedom, then you're asking yourself, okay, if it's freedom, do I have it? If I don't have it, what do I have to do in order for me to gain freedom? So it's all about the emotion that money evokes within you. It's not about only the digits. Yes, you want the digits, but once you have the digits, how do you feel? I was listening to Will Smith this morning and was saying, you know, as you climb this mountain of, you know, being popular and being successful, you find that you reach the top and then you realize it's not everything. You're there and you're like, but it's not everything that I thought that it would be. Then it's a question of, from here, where to? And then he said, in many cases, it's a matter of trying to find yourself, trying to get back to yourself. So when it comes to finances as well, or when it comes to money, I don't want, it's never productive for us to just focus only on the numbers, but focus on the feeling and emotions that you want to evoke when you think about money. For me, when I think about money, I think of control, I think of freedom. Because that is what I need. I don't want to be sleeping at night and be wondering, how am I going to pay for this bill? I don't want to be worried about where is the next cent coming from. If I want to go on a holiday, I want to be able to plan for the holiday and go to that holiday. There's something that Tailor said to say, if you want to buy yourself shoes, if you want to go shopping, do that. But then there are parameters that you can do that. You can't do that if you do not have control over your finances. So how do you then gain control over your finances? We're going to look over, I think it's going to be about 5 points, and I'm going to try to keep them brief, but I'm hoping that it's going to be insightful. Yeah? So the first thing, in order for you to gain control over your finances and tap into the power that the money can do for you, is you need to budget, guys. I know, you say, budget, but guys, it is very important to budget. Not because it's just a budget. No, guys, a budget is a plan. I always say, if I'm here in Gauteng and I want to go to KZN, I can't just find myself in KZN. There is no way I'm going to find myself in KZN. I have to plan.
Our ancestors and elders, and all those who came before. Our work is never done. We are those who've long with their tongues, bleeding rivers of songs that will never be sung. We, the women, Nomkupulwane's children, first light, birth of being, the beginning. We, the women, for whom there is always a heavy price, never enough, more work, less pay. Slave of the nation, doormat of expectation. 3 taxis, 9 to 5, 7 days a week. Blue collar, white collar, upturned collar of indifference. The glass ceiling toasts of hypocrites and who you know's delivering blows like sex or you will not work. Sex or you will lose your job. Sex or you will be fired by your boss. We, the women, in our cracked second-hand heels, hustling our way through, doing whatever it is we need to do, tiptoeing around the pain, our necks in a brace on a bed of chains. We are dimly lit streets that will not remember our names. We, the women, hello, nice. She ain't nothing but a gold digger. You remind me of my Jeep. She enjoyed it. She deserved it. That's all they're good for. Jezebel, Nongolose, Eve, you, me, the bearer of the shame. The scapegoat you can always blame. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. Give birth, collect firewood, fetch the water, wash the dishes, scrub the floors, Botox your face, watch what you eat, watch what you say, serve, and don't complain. Give birth, collect firewood, fetch the water, wash the dishes, scrub the floors, Botox your face, watch what you eat, watch what you say, serve, and don't complain. We are from Soshanguve, so no Yovel and Vangeni and Mitchell's playing. We are in Stockfalls and shippings, in boardrooms, on Zoom, on sidewalks, and in saloons. Our work is never done. We are love and laughter, intelligence and innovation, power, passion. We are vision and we are victory. More than what has happened to us. More than what we have lost. More than the mistakes we have made. We, the women. The stay-at-home mom. The judge, the artist, activist, the CEO, the scientist, the teacher, and every single little girl. Our work is never done. We are those who've long bit their tongues, leading rivers of songs that will never be sung. Igama lamakhosikazi malibongwe, 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 malibongwe. Our work is never done. We are never done. Our work is not yet done. We are not yet done.
About business and spirituality, and we don't understand how those two things zihambelana. Your business carries your aura.
Yes.
Right? So if you are in pain, if you refuse to heal, if you refuse to forgive, if business yakho carries you. When we enter here, it's her. I know her. Oh, Jay, this is who she is. So night as we get business near yakho, and you are so broken, you are so angry, we can feel this is not where I want my money to go. You'll find in seasons where you are struggling, you struggle even more because you are still in that state of brokenness. What I want you to do, what I will tell you to do is be the Lulu. Because the Bible says when God restored Job, God did not give Job his old things. God gave Job new things. Pray for new things. Stop crying for what they didn't want to be with you. And it's okay for someone. A
lot of people don't believe it when I say I am a Malawian. I might not look like one, but yes, I am definitely a Malawian, born and raised in South Africa. Alright, I often come across a lot of people who look at me and see a confident woman, a focused woman, and a woman with self-love. But what they do not know is the adversities that I had to overcome in order for me to be the phenomenal woman that I'm seen as today. I had to love myself at a very young age. I had to grow confidence at a young age. I still remember it vividly as if it happened.
again, fam. So I am back home. As you can see, I've been just tidying up because when we left this morning, we all just, it was a Saturday, it's a Saturday, and we just didn't have the time to tidy up. We just left. We woke up late and then we got ready, we left. So now that I'm back, I just wanted to tidy up and just make sure that everything just looks put together, and now I feel good. I feel very good. So I wanted to show you my outfit in full because when I was there at the event, I'm not sure if the video was audible, but when I was there, when I was filming in the bathroom, the outfit was not showing properly. So I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna move back so that you can see what we were working with, the outfits that I had. So it's a top and a very wide open skirt. It has pockets, and yeah, like, it's just a simple outfit. I think what makes this really like stand out, it's the fabric. The fabric, it is absolutely beautiful. I like the work that my tailor made with this dress. Like, I'm I'm very impressed. And you know, I was telling him today that, you know what, me and you, we have to create some designs and push some outfits, because I have noticed every time when I go to an event, I just go to him. Every time when I go to a wedding, also when it was my lobola negotiations, I went to him for both of my dresses, and I'm gonna put one of them here because I know I have a picture of one of them. I'm gonna put one of them here, even though what I do is I take designs from Pinterest. And then I just ask him to replicate. But because I know that I know how to draw and I wanted to become a designer once upon a time in my life, what I want to do is I do want to sketch out some things and then discuss with him so that he can create some things for me, like, you know, nice outfits that I can wear, but that I know that they are unique to me and they're designed by me, but also just something that I know would fit my body most. Because, you know, one of the things that I struggle with, guys, is when I go to the shop, sometimes I just don't know what to buy, because I feel like not that I have too many options, but I just don't have options a lot. Like, in terms of the style that I like, I just don't have much of options. So now that I've seen his work, it's really good. He's really good, and he's fast, which is another thing that I like. He does a dress within 3 to 4 days, he'll be done. And not that he's just doing only yours, he has other things as well, but give him 3 days, he'll be done with whatever that he will do for you. He's based in Pretoria. I'm gonna leave his contact details on the description down below for anyone they might need his work, his services. One thing I know is that he's reputable. It's not those people, you know, when you give them fabric and you say, can you create something for me? Then they take ages and ages. That's something that we know about tailors. He is very efficient. This other time, he did a dress for me within 3 days. But when I was going to KZN, I gave him the fabric on a Monday, and then on Thursday I was fetching the dress. I'm gonna put it here also, even though I don't have the full dress here, the full picture, just me. But when I was on that wedding, one of the subscribers who watches my channel was there. So I'm gonna put the picture here as well. Like, his work is really nice. So I'm back now, and what I want to do is just warming up some food, because yesterday I cooked amatambo, guys. There's one thing I like. I don't cook them often, but I like them because they just taste so nice. I did mix them with some meat so that it's not just bones, but even my daughter, when she finished, she was like, oh my god, mommy, this is so nice. And then my partner as well, he was like, oh my god, I ate this food that you cooked was so nice, like it was so nice. So I didn't eat it. I cooked it yesterday, but I haven't eaten. But now I am warming it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close off this video because there's really not much that I'm going to be doing now. The event was really beautiful. It was absolutely amazing. Loved it. every bit of it was just beautiful. I feel like my cup is full, very, very full, to a point whereby I have a lot to think about. I have a lot to just make sure that I am implementing. And the nice thing also for me, a lot of talks were like a confirmation of the things that I already knew, and not because I just always known, but are things that I have been learning, you know, are things that my guides have been teaching me in the past few months. And when I went there and I hear those women speaking, it was like an affirmation to say, you're on the right path, you know, just keep going. So I'm definitely grateful for the opportunity to go and speak there. I met DJ Zintle. She is so kind. She's so chilled. Like, she's absolutely chilled. We had a nice conversation because even though we don't come from the same area, but because listen, like you know, it was just so casual. And I also met some of the YouTubers that I have been watching for a while. Like, I met Ukatleho, and she is a gem, bruh. Like, she's a gem, guys. Did I just say bruh? I like to say bruh a lot. She's a gem, you guys. Like, she is just a gem. I enjoyed her talk. Very powerful. It's very empowering. I've really enjoyed to see her evolution over the years. I started watching her during lockdown. And I've just been beautiful, man, to see her evolution over the years. It's really, really been nice. I'm gonna put her page here for anyone maybe who doesn't watch her, maybe who's not subscribed. Go check out her page. If you are there and you really are new, do let her know that you were sent by me. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. It was really beautiful. And I definitely want to film a sit down video for that. However, the more that I went on my talk, the more I realized that everything that I said there are things that I actually do share with you guys on my channel. I think even the recent videos that I've done are things that I've actually shared. And so I felt like, you know what, maybe I don't need to refilm that like for you guys, because honestly it was just the same thing, guys. When it comes to financial content, personal financial content, it doesn't change. It remains the same. It's just the fundamentals, and it's just a matter of reminding yourself, refreshing your knowledge, and also refining as you go. So what I'll do is I will close this video and I will end this video, but then I do want to film something because I have my makeup done. I feel like it's still fairly good. I have my makeup done. I love my outfit. I definitely have to get a sit down video out of this. So I'm definitely going to sit down. I want to start a segment, more so of a series, where I'm going to be sharing with you some case studies. Now, these are not true stories because I do believe in privacy. I have had so many clients, but I wouldn't take other people's stories and then come and regurgitate them here and tell you about other people's stories, because I really do believe in privacy, even if I don't have to mention names. But the idea that I'm taking someone's story and someone's struggles and then I'm turning them and I'm making money through them is just something that I do not want to do, especially because I haven't gotten concerned from those people to share their stories. However, I did go to ChatGPT and then I did ask ChatGPT. I gave ChatGPT a scenario and then I said, create stories for me, case studies for me, real case studies for me. And I went through all of those case studies, and I think are things that I can relate to, are things that are happening, but it's just case studies. And then what I'll do is, in this series, we're going to be breaking down each case study, and then we're going to be looking at what is it that is different that this person can do to change their finances, to change their lives, so that it is more so on a practical side. You're looking at a typical scenario. You might find that that case study that I shared that particular week is something that you can relate to, because maybe it's something that you are going through or you are struggling with, and then you can be able to take some nuggets from that and go apply it so that you are also improving as we go. So that's what I want to do. I was really inspired by one of the content creators here on YouTube. I love her videos. I've watched a couple and I really loved her videos where she shares cases or stories of people and then giving some, narration and so forth. I want to go further in terms of just breaking it down in terms of what is it that you really need to do. What is it that is a problem from where the person is standing, and what is it that you need to do in order for you to come out of the situation. So what I want you to do is that as we go in this series, I want you to listen to that and apply it to you and ask yourself, if this applies to you, what is it that you can take away, that you can go and implement or refine in your journey so that you can change your life around and you can change your finances. So I want to film at least 1 or 2 of those videos, because it's not going to be long videos, just short videos, but then straight to the point, very clear. And then I can also know that, okay, at least I've got some content brewing somewhere. I definitely want to be very consistent. I want to be consistent. I've been consistent, but then I know that the consistency is not the same as the consistency last year. I want to push 2 videos a week. I want to post on a Wednesday or Thursday and then post on a Sunday. Definitely want to do that because I'm in a point where I really just want to transition, and I really want to push the things that I really like and things that I enjoy doing, because I feel like I've been slacking a lot. I've been slacking a lot. So I want to try to do what I can to make sure that I'm bringing you guys the content, and more so not just for the sake of content, but it's educational. But for this vlog, I'm going to close it right here. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed listening to some of the speakers, even though it was not the full sessions in terms of the full presentation from each speaker, because obviously I needed to be present as well. But I do hope that you enjoyed just seeing those bits and pieces, and then it was also enlightening for you guys and in your journey as well. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I will see you on the next one. Please take care and stay safe, and also don't forget to subscribe and join us in this beautiful growing family. We are now in 51,000 subscribers. We are close to 52,000 subscribers. So Sana, we are killing it. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Better when you mad me. Yeah. You got better when you mad me, admit it. You said you done trusting, but you did it. Move low key, but I really know you with it. Why you nonchalant when you really got them digits? I'm obsessed. I'm like, yes, ain't no stress. You the best. I'm obsessed. I'm like, yes, ain't no stress. You the best. Look, how you get so good at being modest, girl, be honest. You said you done trusting these niggas, made yourself a promise. I hate to make you take it back. I've been getting paid for rap, ain't talking about the drums. When I tell you I can make it clap, had to make you wait for that. You intrigued with conversation, you be moving dolo, I'm intrigued and I'm in admiration. I can gas you up, but I don't think you need the validation. Still you looking good, natural, without no operation. F my old bitch Tailor, f your old too. Younger me, he wanted street stripes, but they wasn't blue. Now I'm banking on the sweet life when I'm next to you, giving you the credit you deserve, cause it's overdue. You got better when you mad me, admit it. You said you done trusting, but you did it. Move low key, but I really know you with it. Why you nonchalant when you really got them digits? I'm obsessed. I'm like, yes, ain't no stress. You the best. I'm obsessed. I'm like, yes, ain't no stress. You the best.
He asked what could he do for me. I told him that my love is free. But can you match me? I can do it all for myself. Want you but really don't need help. So can you match me? I like luxury, I like fancy things. Shine on my body, live like royalty, treat you like a king. If I trust, but you